Responsibility means that you're seizing power, that you've given collectively and individually away to the media, you know, politics, whatever it is out there, sports. If you're watching ESPN all day, well, then you're probably not taking a whole lot of responsibility for your own life. And it's not really a vision and a purpose either. Neither is security, by the way. In Germany, the #1 thing always on the questionnaires that I send out, like among the top 3 is always security, safety, you know, being taken care of. These guys live with their moms till they're 30, and then they go straight into marriage. And the girls are like, no, I don't want that. I'd rather have a guy like you that's fucking around, but is totally straight and honest about it and totally congruent with it, than these wusses who are like, just want to get married and have kids and just be in that. Nothing wrong with getting married and getting kids, but why are you doing it? Are you doing it because you want that safety, that security? And Thomas Jefferson, our 3rd president, is credited with having said, and they say it was somebody else who said it, but it doesn't matter. He said, those who are willing to give up freedom to gain security will lose both and didn't deserve either. I'm paraphrasing. But what that means is, and whoever said it is not important, but what is important is, if you're seeking security, getting a good job, getting a good education, it's like that song, like 50 grand a year will buy a lot of beer. Timbuk3, many years ago. About guys that are just going out there and going after the safe job. If you believe that that's going to make you safe or make you rich, then go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a really interesting eye-opener for playing it safe. And if you all, in Germany, this is like an epidemic. I mean, guys are like just going after safety because I guess the war, you know, kind of like shook that country so hard. All they know, the only vision they can even think of is like, I want to make sure that everything's by the book and I got money. And I never have to, you know, fear. Well, but that's a real quick way to lose it all. And why I tell these guys, well, why do you like America? Like after Bush and all this, shut the fuck up. I'm very proud to be American, even though my dad was German. Why am I proud? Not because we have all these big aircraft carriers and big governments and any of that stuff, but because our founding fathers, and I was trying to tell these guys about our founding fathers, they didn't even know who the fuck that was. They're like, what do you mean, like the guys on the Mayflower? I said, no, you're missing something here. The founding fathers, Jefferson, Washington, all these guys, Hamilton, all the guys that signed the Declaration of Independence, remember that piece of paper? They were declaring their independence from oppression. They were declaring their independence as a nation, to be free. So you guys, all that freedom you guys are enjoying today, you owe it to these guys. 240 years later, the Constitution and all that stuff is still holding up pretty well, even though a lot of people tried to chip away at it. A lot of American Taliban and American Nazis and other Nazis were trying to chip away at it. I'm not calling them names, but I'm just telling you what I think of them. And they can't understand what that is. At least you guys, most of you guys are American. I hope you understand what the heritage means. And I'm not trying to be patriotic or any of that flag-waving shit. That's not what it's about. But it's about these guys stood for something greater than themselves. Do you think that the 4th of July, you think when they were done with that, that was just, okay, gentlemen, okay, the next point on the agenda is whatever? No. These guys were getting the hell out of there because they realized if the British were catching them, they would treat them like we would treat whatever, Osama. They were terrorists to them. Okay, cool, thank you. So these guys could have died. They would have been shot or hung on sight for many years. So they stood for something. And you still owe your freedom to these guys 240 years later. Wherever you stand politically is irrelevant. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying get something that is compelling to you.